Hi guys, welcome back. I know, right? So I've been off and on. I've been kind of moving houses. So yes, my house still a mess, under construction, but we're working things out. So I'm very happy to be back with you guys. And I wanted to make a video for you guys today, and it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a little bit of my own opinion and also some opinions of others that I have heard before from the trans community as well. So stay tuned, guys, and don't leave because this is about to get hot. I'm a little tan, as you guys can see, a little red, you guys probably see, but the sun's super hot in here, so. But anyways, this video is about to get a little bit interesting here. So today's topic is gonna be something that I kind of been thinking about whether to talk about it or not. But I was like, okay, yeah, why not? I guess let's get to it. Okay, so today's topic is gonna be about what not to ask to a transgender person. Why? I know you guys are wondering, like, oh, isn't it okay if we ask you, or why should it matter, you know, if you're out there or your stuff is out there? Okay, this is personally my opinion. I'm not talking for the whole trans community. This is just personally my opinion and my point of view. I don't get mad if they ask me honestly of questions like this, but not everybody's gonna take it the same. So just because I personally answer a question sometimes in a polite way, and it depends how you ask for it as well, you know, there's ways you can ask somebody this, and then but if you ask in a polite way, you know, I'm more obviously gonna answer, and if I know you from a while, you know, I'll be cool, you know, to answer a couple questions. But there's always a limitation to what to ask to a trans person. Yes, there is. Just because we're trans doesn't mean you can go out there and be like, hey, you know, how is that, or how is this, or, you know, I mean, there is a limit. So just like you don't like some questions being asked about your personal life, we also, the trans community, sometimes don't like to put our stuff out there. But like I said, everybody's different. I'm not talking for the whole trans community. This is just my opinion personally, okay? So we have a couple topics that I want to talk about. So we're gonna start with this. So I know you all, it's 2021, and if you don't, you're gonna meet one at one point of your life, have a trans friend or family member, or I don't know, you know, a trans co-worker that you might know, and you're probably questioning and thinking, you know, oh, like, you know, or you're curious. Let's just say the word curious, you know, because that's the term. Sometimes we get a little bit curious, and there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that this topic has always been very controversial, and people want to know. People always want to know about this, you know, and I think it's good, you know, that to educate people about this topic. But there's also things that you shouldn't ask, and it depends how you ask them too. There is going to be a little bit of controversial questions of what I've been asked before in the past, you know. So I'm going to put some questions out there to not ask the trans community out there, because not everybody's gonna be nice about it, you know. I've seen people get offended by this, and I sometimes get offended the way that people ask me these questions. Okay, one of the questions that I always get asked is this my real hair? Does it look like my real hair? See, I can't even say it because I'm like kind of mad about it already. Obviously, it's not synthetic hair, you know, it's my real hair. Yes, some of us do wear wigs. I personally have never worn one before, but I always wanted to try one, just because you can try different hairstyles without having to cut your hair, you know, or damage your hair. I respect everybody's opinion. I respect everybody's point of view of wearing a wig. I think that it's fun, you know, like we should all wear one at one point. It's fun, it seems fun. I have friends that are not necessarily transgender, and they still wear wigs and they look rocking that wig, you know, they look good. And I like that because that means they love, you know, to be out there and be very glamorous. This is my real hair. There's been already a couple times I've been asked about my hair, and I'm not talking about once, twice, it's been a couple times. My hair's pretty long, and you guys already seen in the videos of how long it is, and sometimes I'm playing with my hair, blah blah. I love my hair, but most of the time I have it out too, you know. It gets poofy, and then with the heat it's like kind of messy. So yeah, sometimes I put it up. Most of the time I have it up. I feel like my face just looks more clean. I don't know, that's just personally my preference, but I think that, you know, just because you're trans doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be wearing a wig, or you should be asking this to girls, you know, to trans girls. I've been asked, I remember one time I went to a club, and I felt somebody who pulled my hair, and I don't know, I turned around and it was somebody that I knew, but I didn't know this person that well, so when I pretended like nothing happened, but I did turn back and somebody had pulled my hair. I was a little bit upset because I was like, well, what are you trying to like get out of this, you know? You already know I'm a trans girl. This is my hair. If you were expecting to, like, for a wig or hair extensions to come off, like, no, like, get it together, honey. That's not gonna happen. This is my real hair. So I think it's funny how a lot I've been asked this question a lot, and it's like, no, like, you know, this is my hair. It might look fake because I take care of it, and I put like products in it, and it looks nice sometimes, you know, when I put it down, but no, it's my real hair. But don't ask that question, guys. Another question. Okay, I get this question asked, and I got recently asked this weekend just passed, what was my previous name, like what was my original name, and I was just like, I rather not ask that question, at least not now. Like, I do know this person a lot and know this person well, but my name is something I don't want to talk about, especially because it has to do with my past, and I'm not embarrassed of who I am. I'm not embarrassed of my past, but I feel like if you're having a good time, you know, and you're enjoying yourself out there, and somebody just comes up to you and be like, oh, hey, like, you know, like, so what was your name before? It's like, couldn't you ask another question other than that? So like, I feel like that's something unnecessary to ask somebody in the trans community, you know. I don't think you would like to, you know, if you had the same situation, to put yourself out there, like, you know, especially when you're in front of somebody that doesn't know everything about your history, you know. So I feel like it's kind of complicated. Like, you do want to talk about it, but then you're also like, it's something that kind of hurts you inside, deep inside, you know, because it's something that's delicate. So for me, bringing my name in the presence is like bringing the past back, you know, and constantly reminding me of where I was, and bringing like the sadness back, you know. So it's something that I normally don't like to talk about, but if I feel comfortable with you, I'll tell you, you know. But that question should be avoided at all times, definitely. Another question, well, I don't know if question or I don't know how to take this, but I think it's a pretty offensive kind of like statement to make about all the trans community, saying that like all transgender girls, if we're escorts or if we're porn stars, you know, and really, like, just because we're trans we're gonna be an escort, just because we're trans we're gonna be a porn star. Interesting. Where do you get this from? First of all, that's not true. That's not the case. We all work hard for what we have, and just because we might have nice things, or we might look nice, or, you know, buy ourselves stuff or go make trips or whatever, it doesn't mean that we're doing any, like, being a porn star out there or being a escort, you know, like that is something that's been coming for a long time, you know. Yes, there might be out there some trans girls, you know, having it as twice as difficult, and they have to work for it, like, and make sometimes money like that because of their situation or their status. I don't know. I respect everybody. It's like a battle, you know, like everybody has their own battle. So if that's what's getting you out there, girl, like, definitely it's not the best way to get it out there, but if that's helping you, then you do you, girl. But not judging anybody, not criticizing anybody. Everybody does their own, you know. We don't all have the same money income to our pockets, so some of us struggle more, some of us struggle less, but we all work hard for what we have. And I don't just talk about myself. I talk about I know a lot of trans girls, and they're out there, you know, making themselves out there, working really hard, you know, getting prepared to get promoted, you know, working for like airlines or working for the banks or having a career. And there's just so much out there for the trans community, you know. Restaurants you can work for. There's a lot of options. So escort and, you know, porn stars, disqualified. Definitely not. Okay, this is another. This one is a must. They always feel like they need to ask this question. I don't know why, but they always want to ask.
Did I get my boobs done? Did you get your boobs done? Oh my god, your boobs look amazing, girl. Where do you get your boobs done at? Oh my god, can I touch? They look so natural. How do they... what surgeon do you have? Oh my gosh, girl.
This question, obviously, I can't avoid. Why? Because I'm putting myself out there, you know. My boobs are out there, you know, and I'm showing them too. So I can't get offended either. Like, hey, you know, no, they're my natural boobs. You know, it would be ridiculous of me saying, oh yeah, you know, they're my natural boobs. Obviously, I got my boobs done. So if you ask that question, it's like, don't know what to expect. But it's nice, you know, having your boobs done, you know, and you're able to wear whatever you want and putting yourself out there, being more confident. So if you want to get your boobs done, girl, get them done. That's something that you need to get done. But I will say that not everybody is gonna like being asked that question. I know some girls get offended if you ask them like, hey, do you get your boobs done? So sometimes I feel like just because we're trans, they think that it's okay to ask all the time, or they feel like asking us about any procedure that we get done is gonna be okay. But speaking through my opinion, I personally don't get offended if they ask me. But I will say that not everybody's gonna be nice about it. Not everybody's gonna be okay about it. Okay, this one, I would say this one, it's hard, but you can never avoid this one, especially if you have history on the back. I've been asked if they can see an old picture of me, you know, like sometimes you'll meet people and they're like, oh, I wonder how you looked before, you know, like, do you have a picture of yourself, or how do you look before? And I'm just like, as beautiful as I look right now. I'm just kidding. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I do have a picture, you know. If I know the person, obviously, like my friends or whatever, and they're curious, you know, like look, this is me before, you know, that's how I looked before in the past, and I carry myself, and they're, oh wow, like you didn't look like a boy, you look very feminine. And I was like, yeah, you know, I always had that very feminine features, very feminine look, you know, carry myself very feminine, but not to the point where I was like too feminine, and it was like, oh my god. But I guess I do get asked this question a lot. Like, they want to see the past, you know, they want to see pictures, or they're curious, you know. And like I said, people are always gonna be curious about this. Okay, this one right here is gonna be, I want to say, a little bit controversial. And I feel like if I'm not wrong, I already talked about this one in one of the videos and I explained it, which was the video of myths about transgender. This one, what's my sexual preference? I've been asked that question. Once they find out that I'm transgender or whatever, sometimes people are curious of, oh, what's your sexual preference? What is my sexual preference? Obviously, guys, definitely, guys, I love men, and I think masculinity and all of that, it's a big turn on for me. You know, I love men. I love facial hair. I love chest hair. You know, I love muscles. So all of that, like, it's, for me, it's what I like. My preference. I'm gonna say one thing and one thing only. Your gender does not identify your sexuality. That's all I'm gonna say on the table. What does she mean by that? Your gender does not mean your gender does not identify your sexuality. What I mean by that means that just because you're a boy and you're experimenting or whatever, or just because you're a girl and you're experimenting, does not identify you, you know, as the opposite person or someone who you're not. You know, I consider myself a female, you know, a heterosexual female. I'm a transgender female, but I'm a heterosexual female. Let's just say it that way. And what I mean by that is, I see myself as a woman, and I go out with men, you know, straight men. But I don't date gay men or been interested in girls. Like, I never have been interested in girls or dated gay guys before my transition. Why? Because I always felt that me being as a girl, like, I always saw myself as a girl, and I always, like, visualized myself with the man. So I don't speak for all the trans women. Definitely, that's what I said. Your gender does not identify your sexuality. There could be a trans woman out there liking women and men. There could be a trans woman out there liking just women. It is very important to have this clear, because I always hear this. Oh, so what do you like? Or if you date a guy, does that make him gay? No, it doesn't. It does not make the guy gay. But I feel like it's kind of tricky. It's so there's so many misconceptions about the trans woman that they just need to be clear out there. That they just need to be put on the table and explain and educate. And I don't know. There's just one question. Imagine how tricky this question is for me to explain to you guys. So imagine how many people get tricked by this question, you know? I told this before a lot. Like, wow, like, you know, like, I never been attracted to a trans woman, but when I saw you, you know, I was attractive to you. What does that make me? And I'm like, well, what do you see? Tell me, what do you see? Well, I see a woman. Well, then if you see a woman, how does that make you gay? But yeah, but you used to be a boy. You said it. Used to. That's my past. You know? And I'm never going to be able to erase that past. So if that bothers you, then I'm sorry. That's something I'm never going to be able to change. But you have to realize too that just how hard it is for you to accept that. Imagine how hard it was for me to go through the whole procedure and accept it myself. But just wanted to kind of like get it out there, you know, like explain to you that your gender does not identify your sexuality. So if you're attractive, if you're a guy and you're attractive to a guy, or if you're a girl, you're attracted to a girl, go for it, you know. I'm attractive to guys. I see myself as a female, heterosexual female, you know. So hey, I've been hit by women too, and honored, you know, like, hey, you're beautiful. Like, are you lesbian? No, unfortunately not, but thank you, I appreciate it. And it's nice, you know, like getting complimented. It's nice hearing this and that, you know. So don't freak out, or if you ever hear like or don't make it harder for yourself. Let's just put it that way. But anyways, coming back to the topic, yeah, those are some of the questions that I've been asked before. We all work hard. Every trans girl is different. Every trans story is different. So just have respect for the trans community, because we're all working very hard to get to where we are right now, and our life is already difficult how it is. So imagine somebody else making it more difficult. So we don't want that. So also, I want to say thank you so much for everybody who's been subscribing to my channel and been watching my content. I know I've been seeing some new subscribers to my channel, new comments. I'll get back to you on those comments as well. I want to say thank you so much for all the new subscribers and all the people being watching my videos. I love making content for you guys. I love informing you about the trans community. I love getting content out there for you, and I'm just showing you what I have went through, showing you my life, my experiences. And I want to talk to you guys so much more about so much content that I have in mind. It's just like a small amount that I wanted to get it out there, you know. And I know you girls are like, guys and girls are probably gonna be like, oh shit, I asked that question, or you know, or I asked her that before, you know. It's okay. Like I said, I don't get offended all the time, unless it depends how you ask it too, you know. Like I said, but I don't mind answering questions, or if people ask me in a polite way. If I know you, of course, if I know you and we have built a friendship or something, I'll obviously tell you something, you know, or I'll like to inform you and educate you on the topic. But I feel like everything has a limit, you know, or everything has like a start and an end, how you're gonna ask something, you know. So be polite, double think of how you're gonna ask a question, especially a trans, and don't go ask every trans person that you know these questions that I mentioned, because not everybody's gonna be nice about it. You don't want to get slapped in the face. Be good. Answer good questions, smart questions. I'll see you guys next time. It was so nice coming back and putting some new content out there in the trans community. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.